This evening, first, 26 grade 1s. Nitya Narine of Tagore High School tops the country as Guyana records its strongest CSEC showing yet, with more students than ever earning 12 or more grade 1s. Also, less than 3 days to move and more than 500 Kaneville residents still do not know where they're going. Conflicting information, no clear answers, and families who spent years building homes now facing an approaching deadline with nothing but questions. Then, noise-proof your nightclub with a government loan. President Ali floats development ban financing for entertainment businesses as noise nuisance complaints pile up, along with a new EPA monitoring system to encourage self-regulation. Meanwhile, HIV infections are falling overall, but rising among young people, and health officials want to know why. Meanwhile, a message of hope for expectant mothers. With the right treatment, an HIV-positive woman can have an HIV-negative baby. And 582 skeletons, including babies and young children, unearthed from a mass grave in northern Sri Lanka. Among the personal items recovered is a school bag and a child's toy. Those stories and more coming up. Stay with us. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for August 19th, 2026. I'm Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, Guyana has recorded increased participation and strong performances in this year's Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate and Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, according to preliminary results released by the Ministry of Education. A total of 13,052 students sat CSEC in 2026, up 3% from last year. The preliminary results also show a significant increase in the number of students earning multiple grade 1s, with 78 candidates securing 12 or more grade 1s compared with 59 in 2025. Leading the CSEC performance was Nitya Narine of Tagore High School, who earned 26 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Anushka Singh of Queen's College followed with 25 grade 1s and 1 grade 2, while Sharia Ramnarine of Anna Regina Secondary School secured 22 grade 1s and 6 grade 2s. K participation also increased, with 666 students writing the examination this year compared with 650 in 2025. Queen's College student David Sugrim emerged among the top K performers, securing 11 grade 1s and 7 grade 2s. Torika Prasad and Mihi Subudu each earned 9 grade 1s. 18 public and private institutions currently offer CAPE in Guyana, with Diamond Secondary School participating for the first time and recording a preliminary pass rate of 96.8%. Education Minister Soni Parag congratulated the students and urged them to view the results as a stepping stone towards further education, training, and employment. She stressed that the results remain preliminary and candidates can request reviews before the final results are confirmed. More than 500 residents of Kaneville on the east bank of the Marara have less than 3 days to vacate, but say they still do not know where they're going, as the Sobers has more.
With less than 3 days remaining before they are expected to vacate, more than 400 residents of Kaneville say they are still uncertain about where they will go. Residents claim that they have been given different information about relocation, with some being told they could be moved to Yarracabra, whilst others say they are still waiting for clear instructions from the authorities. Amidst the confusion, residents are also questioning whether the land may have been sold or allocated to Chinese interests, a claim that has yet to be independently confirmed.
They told me that they want to build a 4-lane road. I don't know where, because even when I went to housing, I was made to understand that they want the place to build a 4-lane road. So I asked them, I said, how are you going to build a 4-lane road? What happened to these houses were going to be on the other side? Because they're saying they don't want no house close to the road.
But it's alleged that
Yeah, they're building this road.
if it's not for the roads, it's for who else?
I don't know. They're not telling me. I see Chinese building in the back. Plenty factories. If you go to the back there, you're going to see them big things.
The 14-day notice have left residents scrambling for answers, while some say they were told relocation arrangements were being considered. Others say they have received no definite information on where they are expected to go.
They say the persons that apply would get first preference, with the telling them what they will do for them. so on. They never call. They never call.
Some parts, did you write your name in a book?
Yes. The name, the ID card number, and they take the form that we apply for, and they say they can get back to us.
There's some talks that persons are being relocated to Yarracabra. Do you know of such?
No, because everybody asking one another if they get a call. So far, I know nothing about her, and the persons them that living on the dam, none of us know nothing about her. I could talk for her because we keep asking one another.
Some residents say Yarracabra was identified as a possible relocation area, but there appears to be uncertainty over who will move there, when they will be moved, and what assistance, if any, will be provided. How has been knowing that you have to move in less than 14 days, I would like to think, affected your livelihood?
Wow, giving me sleepless night right now because you don't know what's the next move. You could wake up one morning, you could wake up in the middle of the night, you don't know what's the next move. And you have kids, a lot of kids, right? You got a lot of things in your house that you work to buy years. And for see to destroy in just few seconds. It really telling for you from top. They give you this $85,000 vouchers for buy school clothes to these children. Many parents don't buy school clothes to your children, don't preparing them for school. Right? What gonna happen there? What gonna happen to we single parent?
But beyond the speculation is a more important concern. Where will those families live? For residents who have spent years building homes and establishing their lives in Kaneville, the approaching deadline has brought fear, frustration, and sleepless nights.
I work hard by myself, no man, nobody, no government, nobody never give me a cent for building. I work NDC for 20-something years, save my money and build this peace. Unreasonable to me that they're going to just come for bulldoze this without even finding no way for me and my family. Because them ain't telling me nothing about land, them ain't telling me nothing.
Some persons are saying they told them they're going to be relocated to Yarracabra.
There's the people that said, the people them that apply long, they got some single parent house, but it is few where they will relocate them. So what happened to we will now apply? What gonna happen to we will now apply? We now apply.
Since hearing this news, how has this affected you?
It affected me because I can't settle. Because when I move from where we're going with this is not something easy. What I would say is a quick house I got.
For now, residents say they are waiting to know where they relocate, what will happen to their homes they have built, and ultimately what the future holds for their families. With less than 3 days remaining, those answers are becoming increasingly urgent. Headline News will continue to update you as the story unfolds. For Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. President Dr. Mohamed Irfanali says entertainment businesses could soon access financing through the Guyana Development Bank to invest in noise-proofing materials as communities continue to raise concerns over the impact of noise nuisance on their quality of life. Responding to questions at his press conference on Tuesday at the Office of the President acknowledged that noise nuisance has repeatedly come up during public consultations.
Noise nuisance is affecting the quality of life of people. And we have to address it in a way that allow the entertainment sector and allow people to have a quality of life, but at the same time does not destroy the businesses.
For established bars and nightclubs, the president said one option under consideration is enabling operators to access Guyana Development Bank financing once the bank comes operational to enclose their facilities with noise-proof materials. For open-air venues, President Ali said the government is working with the Environmental Protection Agency to establish a monitoring mechanism that would alert operators and patrons to noise levels, encouraging self-regulation before issues escalate to the point of police involvement.
Self-regulation is important in any country. Before you go to the police and everything else, self-regulation is important in any country.
The president also noted that a multi-region task force has been established following the consultations to examine the issue in collaboration with the Ghana Police Force and address recurring community concerns about a lack of police responsiveness to noise complaints. Stick around when we return. Lima Regional Hospital begins free dialysis services and HIV infections decline overall in Guyana but rise among young people.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2026 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Persons eligible for registration must visit the GECOM registration office responsible for their area of residence to apply. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were registered. Applied for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID cards. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of the above transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who are already registered must collect their new ID cards if they have not yet done so. This registration exercise will end on November 30, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact GECOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Welcome back. While new HIV infections are declining among Guyana's general population, health officials are raising concerns over a rise in infections among young people. A trend the Ministry of Health says requires further investigation and targeted attention. To address the shift, the ministry has rolled out a range of interventions, including public education campaigns, pre-exposure prophylaxis, condom distribution, and efforts to ensure people living with HIV are placed on treatment and achieve viral suppression, aimed at reducing transmission risk and improving health outcomes across the country. Amid these efforts, health authorities are also stressing a message of reassurance for expectant mothers. A woman living with HIV can give birth to a baby who is HIV negative. Dr. Nicholas Elliott of the Ministry of Health said preventing mother-to-child transmission remains a key priority, with the health system working alongside public and private healthcare partners to achieve this.
It is possible for any woman living with HIV, syphilis, or hepatitis B to give birth to an infant that is free of these diseases. In fact, that is our objective here at the Ministry of Health, in conjunction with many of our partners across the board at public and private health facilities. We aim to ensure that regardless of the mother's infection, that the infant has the best possible opportunity at a full and healthy life.
HIV can be transmitted from mother to child during pregnancy, labor, delivery, or breastfeeding, with the risk ranging from 15 to 45% in the absence of intervention. However, antiretroviral therapy is highly effective in preventing transmission when taken as prescribed.
It is important that everyone understands that mother-to-child transmission or the prevention of mother-to-child transmission first starts with screening. It is important that if any mother intends to prevent the risk of her unborn or newborn acquiring one of these infections, it is imperative that she enrolls early in antenatal care and that she is screened for these infections as soon as possible during her pregnancy. If it is that she has one of these infections, it is important that the partner or partners also present for testing and treatment if necessary, so as to prevent the chances of the mother becoming reinfected with these infections.
The World Health Organization recommends lifelong treatment for women living with HIV, including during pregnancy and breastfeeding, alongside appropriate infant care. The World Health Organization further notes that infants born to mothers on consistent antiretroviral therapy can breastfeed with minimal risk of acquiring HIV. Health officials says early testing, consistent treatment, and proper medical care remains the keys to ensuring HIV-positive mothers can have healthy HIV-negative. In other news, dialysis services have commenced at the Lima Regional Hospital, marking an expansion of specialized healthcare in Guyana and bringing essential treatment closer to patients in Region 3 and surrounding communities. The Ministry of Health announced that the facility has completed preparations and equipment installation, allowing it to begin treating patients requiring renal replacement therapy. Dialysis is a life-sustaining treatment for patients whose kidneys can no longer adequately perform their functions. Previously, access to the service was concentrated in fewer locations, requiring some patients to travel significant distances several times each week. The ministry says the new service will reduce travel demands, transportation costs, and disruption to patients' daily lives and family responsibilities, while easing pressure on dialysis facilities elsewhere in the country. Importantly, dialysis services at Lima Regional Hospital will be provided free of charge to eligible patients through the public healthcare system. The ministry stressed, however, that not everyone with kidney disease requires dialysis. Patients must first undergo assessment by qualified healthcare professionals who will determine whether dialysis is necessary and whether treatment at the facility is appropriate. Patients receiving dialysis are also required to attend their scheduled treatment sessions and follow medical guidelines regarding medication, diet, and fluid intake. The ministry said the introduction of the service forms part of its broader strategy to decentralize specialized healthcare and expand dialysis capacity across Guyana. Officials says the initiative is aimed at ensuring access to essential treatment is based on medical needs rather than a patient's location or ability to pay. Don't go away after the break. China's summer camps, government expands national education on AI technologies, and Johannesburg water crisis, aging network, and poor services blame.
Problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Good evening, I'm Dominic Gittins tonight. Antigua tightens immigration enforcement as its Prime Minister reveals Jamaicans make up 15% of the prison population. Johannesburg faces a deepening water crisis. Excavations at a Sri Lankan mass grave uncovered 582 skeletons, including children. And China raced to put AI in every classroom. We will start in the Caribbean where Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown have disclosed that Jamaicans account for approximately 15% of the country's prison population as his government tightens enforcement against undocumented residents. Brown said authorities are not criminalizing overstay but are increasing deportation for those living or working illegally. People affected have been given 60 days to regularize their immigration status or face removal from the country. South Africa's largest city is facing a growing water crisis. Al Jazeera's Clement Manyatela reports.
This is the famous Nelson Mandela Bridge, a symbol of Johannesburg, one of Africa's biggest economic hubs. But beneath the skyline, the city's aging and crumbling water facilities are failing. A few kilometers away in New Clear, a site many people have become used to. Clean water gushing from a burst pipe. To fix it, the municipality will have to shut down the network. The outages can last for days. WaterCan is a civil society monitoring group tracking Johannesburg water services.
They need to replace the infrastructure. It's old, it's aging, it can't just deal with small fixes. And Joburg Water does not have the budget to replace the amount of pipes.
The impact is measured not only in water lost, but also in money. South African authorities say the city of Johannesburg has lost over $600 million worth of drinking water. That is a lot. And that places the city's finances, the residents and businesses here at risk. And unfortunately, this is a familiar feature in many areas in and around Johannesburg. Behind the figures are the families struggling when their taps run dry. Jerry Zulu says he and many of his neighbors regularly have to buy water.
Another thing that causes frustration is that we often have to buy water on Mondays.
Every outage affects cooking, washing, and running their households. The government says it's losing millions of dollars because of leaks caused by aging infrastructure and equipment, as well as faulty metering and billing problems. And the scale of the crisis means restoring supplies will likely take time. President Cyril Ramaphosa has introduced a national water action plan that states that money collected from water bills must be spent on maintaining and improving the network, rather than on unrelated municipal services. And if local authorities are unable to provide reliable supplies, the plan allows for national government intervention, which could include bringing in another service provider or private company. Johannesburg's water crisis is no longer a series of isolated breakdowns. It's become part of daily life in communities across the city. Clement Manyatela, Al Jazeera, Johannesburg.
Excavation at a mass grave in Kemeny, North Sri Lanka, are nearing completion with 582 skeletons uncovered, including babies and young children, and more than 160 personal items such as school bags and a child's toy. Al Jazeera's Menil Fernandez reports.
The dead tell no tales, but these remains exhumed in Kemeny in northern Sri Lanka are being studied for clues on how they ended up in shallow graves. 582 skeletons have been discovered so far, including those of babies and young children. More than 160 personal items, including a school bag and a child's toy, have been unearthed. A lawyer who represents families of the missing says the identification process will take time.
The tracing stage, because for that, if we want to reach to that, we have to finish the excavation, investigation, and also the analysis report of it to find out what is the trauma.
That's not what Selvarasa Gobiraj's family wants to hear. They say the 18-year-old was detained at a military checkpoint in 1995. He was taken for questioning. They never saw him again. His mother says she can't accept he may be in a mass grave.
People talked of graves in Chemani, but I didn't believe it. Today I have to, but I still believe my child is alive. I don't know what to think.
Hundreds of Tamils share her pain. Many gathered near the site on Monday, calling for justice to be served. A few weeks ago, Justice Minister Harshana Nanyakara dismissed accusations that government agencies have failed Tamil families in Chemani.
I'm appealing to everyone. Don't measure these organisations by their past records, but measure them by the way they work under our government.
For 30 years, families of the missing here have searched desperately for answers, clinging to any shred of hope that their loved ones are alive. And failed investigations have only intensified their desperation.
Now many say they are torn between wanting their relatives' remains to be found and being presented with proof that their worst fears have come true. Mina Fernandez, Al Jazeera, Chemani, Northern Sri Lanka.
China's rapid push into artificial intelligence is fueling a boom in children's summer courses, with demand rising as the government works to make AI an essential part of the school syllabus by 2030. Al Jazeera's Rob McBride reports.
Among the crowds boarding trains out of Beijing for summer break, this group of children is off for an experience of mind-expanding proportions. They're headed to the eastern city of Hangzhou, home to the so-called Six Little Dragons, the high-tech companies driving China's push to be at the forefront of the AI revolution.
This is so cool. Over the past 2 days, we've visited the Six Little Dragons and learned lots of fascinating stuff about AI.
Summer camps for kids often reflect the societal trends or national anxieties of the day. From camps promoting an appreciation of traditional medicine to battling against obesity, or fostering national pride through military discipline. This summer, it's all about AI.
The AI era is like the Industrial Revolution. Without an understanding of it, how will students be equipped to face the future?
A government goal to make AI an essential part of the school syllabus by 2030 has increased demand for these courses. But ones like this, at the very heart of China's IT sector, have a particular appeal.
The proliferation of some expensive courses making overblown claims about transforming children into tech startup geniuses have been accused of playing on parental anxieties. This course has more down-to-earth ambitions.
It's unrealistic to expect children to master the entire subject in such a short period. Our focus is to inspire children, to help them develop a positive relationship between humanity and artificial intelligence.
Hopefully to embrace a world yet to be imagined that they will likely need to send their children on the summer camps of the future to understand fully. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Hangzhou, China.
Thanks, Dominic. This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3 Debate Forecast. And that's it, TV2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other.